Okay, now I'm recording. All right, so we're going to create new file. We are using film and video. We're going to name it animated portrait. Create file. Actually, let's check one thing. No, let's not do that. Place embedded to bring our image in. Stretch it out to kind of fit the screen. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is to kind of trace a part of the body here. So I'm going to do the arms, all right? So there's a couple ways you can do some selections, and I wouldn't worry too much about the background right now. I would try to start using the quick selection tool. All right, so that's over here. It's about 4 tools down. It might be grouped with the magic wand. And then I'm going to use the left square bracket to make my brush size a little bit smaller. All right, and so it got my whole arm. I can press the Alt key and reduce this area to just get that area. All right, so that quick selection tool, as the name implies, makes a selection pretty quickly. So that would be my area there. Now I'm going to make a new layer by pressing on the bottom of your layer palette, just a new layer icon. I'm then going to fill it with a color, and this is just going to be so we can kind of see what's happening in the picture, the different areas. I would probably try to choose something that's going to stand out. So maybe, like in this case, an orange would work just fine. All right, so we have that area selected. All right, then what I'm going to do is place that other image, the pattern that we have here. All right, so that's covering the whole thing. And then what we do is we drag this over here on top of the colored layer. Oh wait, I'm sorry, one up. And then all I do is I right click and select create clipping mask. So what that did was it cropped that big picture into that smaller area there. And under the edit menu. So we can see that this texture is moving around in there. All right. So at that point, and I know I'm going a little quick, but I just want to kind of outline and show you that there's not that many steps for this. All right. So all we're going to do now is create our video timeline, and then we'll just animate this as a movement. So I'm going to take this pattern, I'm going to transform it, keyframe it, so it's here in this frame. I'll move, they recommend doing it at 5 seconds, which I think is the end of this anyway. And you can, they recommend in the video doing a Control T and using this delta, which is like a change in value. I don't think you really need to do that. I'm just going to move it up along this.
Yeah, I lost you.
I need you to sign these, and then these are for the other, for Tanya and Brendan.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right, so now, and that's basically the process here though, right? So that's this texture moving through there. So if we play this, we can see it looping through. And actually, I think there's an option here. Yeah, there we go, loop playback. So we can just kind of see how it's going to layer over itself or repeat. Does it jump? It jumps a little bit. So I guess with that, so when you manually move it, it does kind of give you a little bit of a jump. I guess that's where this, the transform option helps. So if we do a Control T, and what they recommend is press the triangle. So it tells you a change here. So it's negative 500 for the X, positive 500 for the Y, is what they said. Darn it, I didn't do that in the right place. I'm going to do that one more time. So, because I didn't move my playhead to tell it where I want it to end up. So this is where you're doing that Control T. And we have negative 500 for X, positive 500 for Y. That moved my picture around too much. So we'll have to work on getting it so it doesn't jump a little bit more. I think when I placed it originally, that maybe had something to do with it. So for now, let's just kind of, you can just, you know, do your transform, move your playhead, try to just make sure it fits in there somewhere. I think I'm dragging it all the way up, so maybe it'll loop a little bit better now. Let's see how that plays if we have a little jump at the end. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right, but that's the process, right? So we open the image, select the area, and then place your pattern and make a clipping mask. That's it. That's all we have to do for this. So to finish the project, I would just, you know, do my other body parts. And then at the end, I would probably just remove the background by using my quick selection tool again to select this area, which I don't know why my Photoshop is not working right now. It just crashed on me. That's great. All right, but